fish on.
Really nice looking fish.
Wow, that's a trophy.
That's a hog.
Woo! Nice job, you two. There we go.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on Lund's The Ultimate Fishing Experience, it's all about putting the odds in your favor for catching a trophy of a lifetime. There are two factors to consider in your search for truly monster fish of any species. First and foremost is to fish bodies of water that have the capacity to produce numbers of large fish. And second is timing. Throughout the year, there are peak periods where concentrations of big fish
I think we just doubled up. That's even better.
are actively feeding in a smaller area than any other time of the year.
So either way, that's a double, and that's two of them.
A classic example is the late fall, early winter push of monster walleyes from massive Lake Ontario into the Bay of Quinte. Bay of Quinte is by no means small, but when a large portion of walleye vacate over 7,000 square miles of Lake Ontario to move into only 87 square miles of the bay, it can definitely up your odds for a personal best.
Where else in the world can you go to catch three fish like this? Back to back to back.
It's Quinte right there. Speaks for itself.
Hey, I'm Rob Henry and I'm here with my good buddy Daryl Ensoll. It's mid-December. We're loading up the Lund to hit the Bay of Quinte for giant walleye.
Hopefully we can get into a couple good ones today. It's gonna be a great day on the water.
So as we know out here on the Bay of Quinte, I mean, this is a world-renowned fishery.
You're right.
There's a few bodies of water in North America that produce walleye, giant walleye like the Bay of Quinte does.
Lake Erie.
Yeah, Lake Erie would be another one for sure. The chances of really getting a trophy walleye are very common out here. You get out here at this time of the year and your average walleye is 8 pounds, which, I mean, that's crazy.
Very small window for boat fishing though.
Definitely.
These fish come in when the temperatures start dropping, and if you can get on them in that small window, you got a chance of a trophy, a true trophy.
Maybe get a couple of those 12-pounders that Quinte's famous for.
Yeah. How about that 16 and a half we got the other day?
Oh, wasn't that special?
Wow.
That's a day to remember right there, bud.
I'll never forget it.
No. Hopefully the boat ramps aren't iced up too bad, but if they are, we'll throw our sand and our salt down. Might have to shovel them off this morning.
Just all part of the fun.
Yeah, get out there and get after them.
Yep.
See what happens.
We got 8 rods set out already this morning. We got 2 camera guys aboard, so we can use our 2 rods per guy. Right now the graph's showing a lot of fish up off bottom. We're looking for active fish, suspended fish, above 40 feet for the most part. Graph's looking amazing.
We're out here on Adolphus Reach, and typically the big walleye, they'll be out in the middle of Lake Ontario somewhere on shoals, around islands. This time of year in December, the bait fish, the alewife, they come in to the bay and the walleye follow behind them. That's why these big walleye are in here, setting up for the spawn for spring, putting the feed bag on.
Feel
There
good?
we go, feels good.
Good.
She's pumping. First one of the day here, hooked up. Lost one earlier. See if we can bring this one to the boat. Good job, Robbie.
What was our lead on the snap weight after?
We're 100, 200 on this with a 3-ounce snap weight. So basically 100 feet of line out, threw a 3-ounce snap on it, another 100 feet of line to the planer board. See that nice gold yet?
I see color.
See color? There we go. Beauty job, bud. Beauty job there.
That's a great start right there.
Yeah. You can only go up from here now. Get that first one in the boat.
That's a great start right there. We're gonna put them in the live well, get a couple pictures.
Liven that fish up. make sure she's good to go, and she'll go back swimming down to the bottom.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
So here we are on Bay of Quinte. We're all set up. As you can see, we've got our 4 rods per side, 8 rods in the boat. We've got 2 cameramen in the boat today. That's 4 guys on the boat. We're allowed 2 rods each. All our rods are the same rods, the same action. We want that same action on these rods because all our rod tips will line up here. As we go further down, we've got our planer boards. From our planer boards, we're set up with different lengths from the board to the snap weight, and then the lead from the snap weight to the lure. So basically on the outside right now, we're running 100 feet of line to our snap weight, which is a 2-ounce snap weight, 100 feet of line to the board. Our next line in, we've got the same size snap weight. It's a 2-ounce snap weight. We're going 80 feet from our lure to the snap, and then 160 to the board. Our third line in, we've got a 60-foot lead from our lure to our 3-ounce snap weight, and then to the board will be 160 feet. Our inside board here, we've got a lead of 50 feet from our lure to our 3-ounce snap weight, and then from the snap weight, 140 to the board. So with respect to our different weights and our different leads that we have on these lines, it allows us to roll these baits over top. So our outside lines are a little bit higher, and then progressively when they come in, they're a little bit deeper. The reason that we have the same action on these rods is because all of our rod tips will line up. We'll be able to see if we pick up a smaller walleye or a silver bass just by that tip and how it's folding over a little bit further than the others. If we get a bigger fish on, a nice sized walleye, we'll see those boards jerk back, fall in behind the boat, we know we have a fish on. We got a fish on over here.
Got it, Rod? Nice. I'll bring this one in.
She clear there, Robbie?
I think we just doubled up.
That's even better. 2 on.
Haven't had a chance to let that last fish go yet even. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the holder, Daryl.
Yeah.
And get your
Release this board.
Okay. We'll keep that line tight. Perfect. I gotta go under you. That's a good one. That's a good one. Here we go.
Put that other one in the rod holder there.
All right, throw her on the floor.
Right.
Still on there?
Still buttoned. Oh, she came off.
No way.
She snapped.
There she goes.
Yep.
There you go. That's what we come here for.
She's still here.
Come on.
Either that or something just came back. Yep.
Were we wrapped around a snap maybe?
It's possible. I'm not sure if maybe this one picked it up afterwards, after the other one came off, or maybe maybe she was swimming to the boat real quick, but either way,
it's
that's
another
a double,
walleye.
and that's 2 of them. And there's number 2 of the double. You can't beat that.
Unreal.
Just beautiful.
Unreal. Well, Daryl's setting lines back out. We're gonna let some of these fish go right now.
Who's that, Ed?
Yeah. Oh, that was good. Oh.
Hey, my hands are cold. Do you want to reset these lines on the other side?
Yep. So today out here, Daryl and I, we're using Rapala trolling combos. This is an 8-foot medium heavy rod paired with a Rapala Hydros line counter reel. We got 30-pound braid, that's Suffolk's, with a double uni knot tied to a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. I would use a minimum 8 to 10 feet of line. It's invisible in the water, abrasion resistance, because those walleye have sharp teeth and we don't want to be losing them. And we use a variety of different Rapala lures. Today they're munching on deep down huskies. Some days we're using TD11s, those are the tail dancers. Other days, jointed husky jerks. So because we're pulling 2 and 3 ounce snaps, this braid likes to slide through these clips. So we're gonna double wrap these. So that way we can keep the clips apart with a nice loop in this line, right there like that, so that board can track properly. This is our best friend right here today. Gotta keep them digits warm.
Everything's frozen.
Oh,
My nose, my ears, my hands, the rods, everything. And by golly, we're gonna get them.
All right, so we just went through a bunch of fish. The first pod, pretty decent, some big ones in there. And then we went through a pod with some smaller walleye. And the fish aren't too active where we are right now. It's pretty gusty out. It's nice trolling downhill with the wind. Nice boat control. So we're gonna pull our lines and we're gonna head back up and we're gonna run through our waypoints again and pick those big fish apart. Today we're fishing out of the Glass 208 Tyee. Few main reasons I picked this boat was because I want to fish some bigger water, Bay of Quinte, Lake Ontario, Lake Erie. It's a heavier boat, it sits down in the water. It's great for trolling, you don't get blown around too much. I use my 15 Pro kicker to push the weight of the boat, and then I use my bow mount to steer. You can put it on autopilot. You don't get any side slip. It's awesome for trolling. And then another thing, it's a great boat for the family. I've got these 5-foot tracks on each side. They come off in no time. You can put a ski pole in the back, a couple bow cushions on the front. You got flip-up seating for the family. Flip it down. Now you've got a big casting deck. 5-foot track mounted on here. Mount my downrigger. I use this rod holder here for dipsy rods when I'm salmon fishing. Various other rod holders. I can put my trees on here for walleye fishing like we're doing today. Net holder. And the best part about this setup is you don't have to drill any holes in your brand new boat. It has all kinds of storage. In the side, I like to keep my cannonballs. In the floor, you can store all kinds of stuff. You can store skis, you can store fishing equipment. We've got a rod locker. I even keep a barbecue under the bow. It's an amazing multi-purpose, multi-species boat. Oh, we got another one here.
Hooked up again over there?
Yeah.
Setting out this side here and you're hooked up on that side.
I can't even get all the rods out. Oh, that's got some weight to it. That feels good.
So we've been out here trolling. We got out here about, I don't know, 7 o'clock by the time we set up today. Took us a while to get on them. We're on them now. This morning we were out here and we were doing about 1.6, 1.7 miles an hour. We had a lot of active fish up high in the water column, but they weren't taken. We dropped that down to 1.4, 1.5, and it seems to make all the difference. There's the head shakes you're looking for.
Feel the arm burning a bit.
That's what happens. See if we can clear the rest of these rods here at the same time. Feel like a good one?
It does. Oh, there's some color.
Give her another crank, another crank. There she is in the net. In the net, got some weight.
They keep getting bigger.
That's Quinte Gold right there.
Other than Rapala crankbaits, these guys are in here following alewife around. And we're following them around.
Yeah, and they're eating. We're putting them in the boat today.
10.7, 10.8.
Almost, yeah, 10.5 pounds.
There she
Show you,
goes.
putting them in the live well to get them strengthened up. Release them straight to the bottom, and you can see them just swimming down there.
So obviously it's winter out here, as you can see.
Yep, mid-December.
Mid-December, snowing.
The fish are in here. Why at this time of year, Rob?
They're in here following bait. They're in here to stage for the spawn in the spring. They move around quite a bit. They'll come in here off the main lake, which is just on the other side of that hill. And they'll find Napanee River, Moira River, Trent River. They'll spawn in there. When they're done spawning, they'll find deep water to recoup. A lot of them actually head over to the state side of Lake Ontario, where the warm water is, where the bait is. And then as the summer progresses, they'll shoal hop, they'll island hop, and make their way back to Quinte for the fall. And winter, where we are now, it's, I caught a tagged fish this summer. And within 2 weeks, it went from Trenton all the way out to the lake. I want to say that's
16, 20 miles out to the middle of the lake.
Yep.
And then you got the whole bay.
You're probably 40 miles.
It's a long ways.
It is.
They travel.
It's pretty
They
interesting.
travel a long ways.
There's our 3-ounce snap. Beautiful. It's feeling good.
Feeling good. Sitting down, staying down.
Yep. 20 feet left and it's straight down.
And that was on 50, 140. 50 to the snap weight, 140 to the board.
See some gold there now?
Big color there. Big color there. That's a good fish.
Very nice.
Yep, that's a good one right there.
Right on. Wow.
That's what it's all about right here. Quinte Gold.
What an amazing day.
Hell of a day. Hey Rob.
Hello?
Those planer boards come in handy for not just getting your baits away from the boat, but as shovels too. Safety first.
Yep. Whatever works, right?
Feels pretty good.
Feels okay?
Yeah. It's chilly out here today. She feels
It
good.
looks good.
Looks good.
Looks good.
Good fish. Good job.
Nice,
Good
buddy.
net. Good net.
Woo!
Good net. Perch pattern again.
Nice. Looks like another good one.
These last couple fish we've been hooked up with have both been on 3-ounce snap weights. With those 3-ounce snap weights, we're a little bit deeper, so the fish are they're staying a little bit down. They're not coming up to you know, your 19, 20 feet. These fish might be coming up from 30 feet and hitting these lures. There we go.
Oh, that's
She's
a
in
great
net.
fish,
She's
buddy.
a good one.
That's a great one. So one of the biggest things with catching big walleye like this and using small baits like this is there's a lot of strain on the hooks and the front. These lures are designed to fish right out of the box. So when we're done, when we release this fish, we're going to put this lure back in the water and make sure it's not running sideways. We're going to make sure it's running straight down and true. If it's not, we're going to tweak this right here a little bit and we're going to bring it back to center so it dives right. This is real. This feels good.
Yep.
Yeah. Can we push that 3 out just a little bit more?
The 3?
Yeah.
My hands are cold from that last one. We just put that last one back in the water as we were getting it out of the net. Another board went off here, so Rob's on this one. Feels like a good one, looks like a good one. Clear this ice off for you.
Would you be so kind? You want to keep your rod at 11 o'clock and just slowly winch these fish in. You don't want to reel down and reef back and reel down and reef back. They have very soft mouth. You don't want to pull them hooks out.
Oh, Rob's fighting this other fish here. We've had 3 fish in about the last 7 minutes. We got a little bit of a mess going on. I'm gonna clean up some of these rods, but that's the way it is out here in the Bay of Quinte. Got into an active school of fish, and it's just been fish after fish after fish.
You feel it in the arm right here.
Burning? Well, you haven't had much of a rest in the last little while.
No. Come on up, baby.
Yep, deep color. We got her.
All right. Where else in the world can you go to catch 3 fish like this? Back to back to back.
It's Quinte right there.
Woo!
Speaks for itself. Gotta love it.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.